There are a plethora of dress watches to pick from on the market. They're also available in a variety of shapes and sizes. But there is one thing that all dress watches have in common: they are attractive, stylish, clean, slender, and polished. The dress watch category contains both high-end timepieces such as Patek Philippe and low-cost clocks starting at a few $100s. The Orient Bambino version 2 is one of them. This is a dress watch that costs less than $200, yet it has received a lot of acclaim and admiration for providing excellent value for money. The Orient Bambino V2 demonstrates that affordable does not always imply cheap. This is the watch we'll be looking at more closely in this post. Version 2 of the Orient Bambino. This is version 2 of the Bambino, as the name implies. Orient is a brand that, like many other companies, updates its existing watches throughout time, but it also labels them after the versions they represent, in this instance, Generation 2. Since then, Orient has produced versions 3, 4, and 5, with more to come in the future. It's worth noting that version 3 employs the same movement as this version, so if you're interested in it as well, the technical specs are the same. It is a stylish and exquisite dress watch that is excellent for formal situations, as has previously been disclosed and as can be seen at first look. It's also worth noting that Orient sells the Bambino version 2 in a variety of colors, with the dial and case colors being the most noticeable variances. This implies that if you enjoy the general idea and appearance of this watch, you should be able to locate something that meets your needs. Without further ado, we will be discussing the Orient Bambino version 2 in this post. This contains the following citations. Version 2 of the Orient Bambino case. The stainless steel casing of the Orient Bambino version 2 is simple and attractive, with a diameter of 40.5 mm. The thickness of the casing is 11.8 mm. The use of a dome-toughened mineral crystal increases the thickness of the watch. The actual case thickness, excluding the crystal, is really pretty thin. Having said that, the Bambino version 2 is a slim watch that fits well beneath the cuff. Any formal watch should have this. Its diameter falls between small and medium, making it suited for a broad range of wrist sizes. It's not too huge to be unattractive on the wrist, but it's also not as little as some other dress watches. It is a terrific size in our view, and it is also suitable for regular use. The bulk of the real estate is taken up by the dial, which is what we mean when we say it's a basic case design. The bezel is polished and slim. The lugs are rectangular in form, have a slender profile, and are polished. The good news is that the case seems to be well made and of high quality. The crown is in the traditional 3 o'clock position and resembles the crown of a pocket watch in appearance. The watch is water resistant to 30 meters in reality. This implies it's splash proof. Not amazing, but for a dress watch, you don't need much more than that. Version 2 of the Orient Bambino dial. The color of the dial is determined on the version you choose. Regardless of the option you pick, the dial is the focal point of the watch and takes up the majority of the available area. They all have one thing in common: they're all clean, sophisticated, and exquisite. They also have little metal Roman numbers added on them. The hands are also in the form of a sword, with pointed points. The hands are beveled and brilliantly reflect the light. The hands are slim and complement the dress watch concept of this timepiece. It's worth mentioning that there's no luminous material on this watch. This may make readability a little difficult in low-light situations, but it's usually not a problem with these watches. 60-second markers are printed in a conventional and classic design along the edge of the dial. The watch incorporates a date window at 3 o'clock for added convenience. This makes it ideal for daily use since it can always be used to keep track of the date. Version 2 of the Orient Bambino movement. The in-house Orient Caliber F6722 powers the Orient Bambino version 2. This is a mechanical movement with a manual winding feature as well as hacking seconds. Both of these features are uncommon in low-cost automated movements, making this an excellent value offer from Orient. The movement has shown to be strong, durable, and dependable, making it an excellent movement to have in this watch. Of course, the precision isn't up to Coast standards, but at this price point, that's to be expected. Strap. A black or dark brown embossed leather strap is available for the watch. This is to be anticipated from a sophisticated dress watch, and it makes it ideal for formal situations. The strap, however, has attracted some criticism for being overly rigid. The watch has a lug width of 21 mm, which makes finding replacement bands a little more difficult. However, the strap that the watch is shown on isn't too horrible. Given its construction quality and workmanship, the Orient Bambino is one of the greatest dress watches on the market when pricing is taken into account. This is a piece that you can't go wrong with. The watch has a classic style and is powered by a long-lasting automatic mechanism. The Orient Bambino version 2 is a watch to consider if you're searching for a nice and cheap dress watch. You also have a variety of models to select from, so you should be able to find one that meets your preferences and tastes. What do you think about this watch? Please share your experience in the comments column.